Okay, I think we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, today we're going to be watching the EA Play presentation, and yeah, we're just about like 9 minutes away. If you guys can see that countdown there. But yeah, I'm going to take this time just shortly before the presentation actually starts to just sort of go over my thoughts and feelings and just sort of give context to this whole reaction. So, first things first, I'm not really a sports type of person. So if you're expecting like some sort of jaw-dropping, like amazing reaction to like the next FIFA game or whatever, sorry, that's not really my thing. I'm really here for Battlefront 2, Battlefield 5, and Anthem. Going into EA Play a little bit more skeptical than I normally am, just because of the whole like Battlefront 2 fiasco from last year. Like when I reacted to this a year ago, there really wasn't any indication that it was going to be worse than Battlefront 2015, and of course we know better now. But yeah, it just made me really suspicious of EA and DICE, and so I'm probably not going to pre-order any of this stuff, obviously, but I'm probably going to want to wait until see reviews from all these games first. But I'm interested to see what they have for Battlefront 2. Like the game's actually gotten better since the whole loot box fiasco, but they still have a long way to go as far as balancing goes, in my opinion at least. So they made progress, but I think they still have a ways to go. Some people are speculating there's going to be a Geonosis reveal of some sort, but those same rumors also say that the Battlefront 2 dev team is like a skeleton of itself, and it's pretty much dead. So what I want to see more than Geonosis, if Geonosis is true, or at least something different. Yeah, they're doing their pre-show here. They're doing like seasons for Sims or something. I'm not really into Sims, so I'm just going to talk about this stuff for now. But I'm hoping to see more from Battlefront 2 than just Geonosis, because if it's just Geonosis, then I'm going to be worried because of the rumors that have come out about that. But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking forward to as far as Battlefront 2. More fixes, more content than Geonosis, and we'll go from there. Also, Battlefield 5, I want to see gameplay of that. I didn't really like the trailer. It was like a Michael Bay film, honestly. So I just want to see what the game actually looks like, how it plays, all that cool stuff. I'm really skeptical of this one, though, Battlefield 5, because it's made by the same developers, and obviously it's made, produced by EA. So EA and DICE, are behind this game, and they're also behind Battlefront 2. And I can't help but draw comparisons between the hype behind Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2 last year. Because last year, like, we didn't really think there was going to be any major controversy with this. If anything, Battlefront 2 looked like it was going to be much better than Battlefront 1. And then, of course, that ended up not really being the case at all. So I really want to see Battlefield 5. I'll probably wait for reviews for that, because even if it looks jaw-dropping amazing here, it could be a different story at launch, because that's what the case was for Battlefront 2. So I'm going to be interested in that, but I'll be waiting for more information. But yeah, I'm looking forward to gameplay. Hopefully they show some here. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Battlefield 5. Anthem, graphics looked amazing. I'm wondering if it looks remotely like that in the final version. But we'll see. I'm also wondering what the exact gameplay of Anthem is. I honestly don't really know. I mean, it looks like, sort of like a Destiny thing. I haven't played Destiny, so I wouldn't really know. But it's sort of, from an outsider's perspective, it sort of looks like Destiny in the sort of style. And from the gameplay, it sounds similar. Like, you go out, you kill things, and then you get loot and stuff. And so how are they going to put microtransactions into that? I don't know. Basically, this whole thing is, how is EA going to, monetize their games? Like, Battlefront 2, we know they're doing cosmetics now, but, like, are they going to continue doing content? Battlefield 5, Is it really going to be just cosmetics, or is there like, you know, going to be something else, you know? And Anthem, I don't even know. They might. I'm wondering if it's going to be like last year, where they showed a teaser here, and then they did something at like Microsoft's conference. I don't know. Are you going to play some Mountain Blade this live stream? No, I'm not. We're just going to focus on the EA Play presentation. I will be doing more Mountain Blade at some point. I will be finishing that series since we're very close, but... Also, hello, Verdi. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing today? What are you guys excited to see from EA Play? Oh, also, before I forget, I do have EA Stream on the right side of the screen. It's weird because I'm pointing left, but on the right side there. Well, not really a fun fact, but what I thought interesting was that on EA's Twitch account, you have to have followed for a day to be able to chat in there. At least that was what it was like yesterday when I checked it out. So a little bit sketchy there. You know, you have to follow EA for a day before you can post and chat. So just a little disclaimer with that, I guess, that EA is probably not going to tell you. Can't wait for Lootbox DLC for Twitch. Yeah. I saw someone in EA's chat earlier joking about EA or Lootbox the game. Or no, the spiciest meme I saw was Battlefront 2 Battle Royale DLC. Oh man. Honestly, don't really care. Yeah. You're just waiting for your loot boxes. It's always, you know, pretty cool to see what all the major major companies are doing for games and stuff. I will be reacting to all the other major ones too. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. And this year I'm also doing Bethesda, because last year no one was really saying anything about Bethesda, and it turned out being one of the worst presentations, apparently. I didn't watch it, but everyone said Bethesda's was horrible last year, so I'm glad I didn't watch it. But this year, we got Fallout 76, which I'm interested in seeing some gameplay of. And then there's rumors of, like, you know, possibly, you know, a StarCraft game, or, like, you know, even The Elder Scrolls 6. So I'll be there. Well, I won't be there. I'll be sitting here reacting to it, so that should be really fun. I laughed so hard if that was real. Oh, the Battlefront 2 Battle Royale mode. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how many games have Battle Royale modes. It seems like everyone wants to get in on the Battle Royale craze, except for Battlefield 5, which I guess is interesting. But, yeah. Hey, Sackboy. Welcome to the stream over on Twitch. How's it going? I'm not having mice chat on screen this year because trolls, and also we've got the chat replay now on YouTube, so that should suffice. And if anything happens, like on Twitch or something, I'll just mention it. What about Tail Worlds? Are they having a conference? I don't know. I don't know what they would show. I've never really played one of their games. I heard... Well, yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait. Am I mixing up Telltale Games and Tail Worlds? I think I am. Anyway, let's unmute this. Let me know how the volume is, by the way. My voice looks a bit loud, but we'll see. Oh yeah, the Bannerlord guys. Yeah, I hope to see some stuff from them too, but it probably won't be any of the conferences I'm going to be reacting to. That would probably be in the PC Gaming Show or something. Yep, just the normal montage. And so E3 begins. Are we starting off with Anthem, I guess? That's cool AR stuff. The bit icon. Oh yeah, you need to be partnered on Twitch for that, Sackboy.
Later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are
I wish I could go to E3
members from all over the world who are going to be capturing,
it's like my dream to go there, but oh well.
Of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that, we've got some reveals, of course.
Yeah, that's right, set point.
Off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah,
cool.
We can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
No, again, sorry if I'm not interested in the sports games.
I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show.
Just some random guy.
Without further ado, let's get things started.
Yeah, it'd be awkward, but let's get to it, I guess. Again, probably going to wait to see reviews on this just because I'm a bit nervous about, saying dev team and publisher as Battlefront 2, but we'll see. I did watch the event. I didn't stream it or anything, but I did watch the reveal.
Right. It's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting. There's been a lot of speculation and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. And you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive battlefield yet.
All right, cool.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever.
Ooh, nice.
So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you, as they rip through those buildings.
I like the, what they call it, Levolution.
Soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
Okay.
That's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see
Notice they said their portrayal of World War II.
EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So we want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about what you will see, really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war.
I haven't actually played the single player of Battlefield 1. I should probably do that. I need to go back and play that.
War story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Something not to miss tomorrow. So our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, No premium pass.
Okay. I'm still a little skeptical, because what else are they doing?
We'll bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
Well, they are doing Battle Royale.
It's
Everyone's doing Battle Royale this year.
reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
So they're just completely one-upping Black Ops 4. Because Battle Royale means they have everything that Black Ops 4 is going to have, you know, minus the story. Well, they're going to have story, I mean. And, you know, I'm not opposed to more Battle Royale. I'm just not a fan of, like, building in Fortnite and stuff, so that's why I was interested in Blackout. The other thing is about this, I'm a little bit worried about the sliding mechanic. I'm sort of worried that's going to be like like when I used to play Call of Duty, like during the Modern Warfare 2 era, how people would just go like prone in an instant. I'm afraid that's going to turn into this, and so like when you're fighting against, you know, experienced players, they're just going to be sliding all around. But hopefully they put like a cooldown on it, you know, like they did with you know, combat roles in Battlefront. PUBG will be destroyed. Honestly, if all these, you know, if you have Battlefield and Call of Duty putting out super polished Battle Royale modes, I can see that. Again, we'll just have to wait and see, like, all the details, but yeah. Cool. That's something to look forward to tomorrow. It's going to be tough for me because we're selling my house and we have an open house tomorrow. It ends at the exact time the Microsoft press conference starts. So it's going to be close, but I think I'll be able to make it if I can get there like 5 minutes early. Or get home 5 minutes early.
Até mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo.
I should have looked at chat when they did Battle Royale. Hey, Ice Bear, thanks for the host. I appreciate that. Also, you guys like where I put the notifications? I like it. And yeah, I'm just talking over this because I don't really care about sports. Again, I apologize if you like sports, but I'm not really into this. Just not my thing. So, sorry. But yeah, that's really interesting. They're just one-upping Call of Duty in pretty much every way. Or at least they're trying to. Story mode in FIFA would be great, yeah. Didn't like NBA have that or something? Where you could like scan your face in and do that? In like a single-player mode like that? Need someone to watch this? Well, you came to the right place, Ice Bear. You like sports, Sackboy? Yeah. You know, my Xbox actually came with NFL 2018. It was like one of those things where you buy the console and you get like a free game or something. And then they just gave me that. Which is cool, because I've always wanted to try out those types of games, but...
Where the world's best clubs compete, and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league... Yeah,
I agree, Ice Bear. Even though they say no loot boxes or premium passes, you gotta wonder what are they doing, you know?
Collaborating with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that it's here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game.
You played FIFA as a sports game just because you love football? Ah.
Your club will chase this.
I had some like basketball games on like my OG Xbox back in the day because I used to be on like a basketball team in elementary school, but I don't know, it just never caught on to me.
And we'll share more details on that.
I do want to try out the NFL 2018 game that came with my Xbox at some point. I don't know if I'll stream that, but
as you know, the heart and soul
I do want to try it out sometime.
And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions.
That's a good point, Ice Bear, because Battle Royale modes do have microtransactions usually, so is that going to be different or specific to that mode in Battlefield 5? Or is it going to be like completely like no loot boxes or something? Because that would be new too. But it's EA, so they're going to have to do something. You just know they are.
And that's our FIFA 19 news, headlined by the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know, growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one, the pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy. The World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
FIFA Royale. I just saw that in EA's chat.
On the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But you can take
Nintendo Switch there.
Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can
we'll see if it's like the full game this time.
For your home country, like mine, Iceland.
You're thinking on EA's and there's no microtransactions, but on Sony and Microsoft's end there will be microtransactions. I'm not sure exactly how that would work. I would still associate those with the game. But yeah, I'm surprised. I was surprised when they didn't announce Battle Royale in the Battlefield 5 event. I thought for sure they'd try to cash in on that, and obviously they will. Unless, well, they gotta do something for microtransactions in Battle Royale, right?
So I'm pleased to announce that
we'll see.
Time, FIFA 18
this is why I want to wait till reviews come out and stuff, so that I can see this stuff, because they're not going to talk about that here.
And on PC through Origin Access. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So if I wanted, I could get that or download it and try it out.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup.
Sims 4 Seasons that was announced is just Sims 2 with new mechanics? Oh, I wouldn't know. I haven't played Sims in a while.
Thank you, and auf Ravistan!
I played a bit of Sims 3, and just a smidge bit of Sims 4, since it was part of Origin Access. Am I live on Twitch? Yes, we're live on all three sites, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. So if I talk to people who aren't talking in chat, that's why. If it's not on, if people don't chat on YouTube, I'll just like repeat their message. Hey, this guy.
FIFA 19. You know, the FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today.
They had weather effects in Sims 2. Ah, okay.
EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things.
Okay.
The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the
Battlefront 2?
combination of streaming plus subscription.
Oh, no.
As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our...
For a second, I thought they were going to bring up the Battlefront 2 loot box fiasco. I don't know if they'll actually bring that up or not. Like apologize or something.
To help our investment, to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime.
Ah, so they're moving into cloud.
All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premiere. So 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premiere will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come.
How much is it though?
You get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but
it's sort of like Game Pass where they get new games on there.
The benefits and joys of subscription. Come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
That's very interesting, but it depends on how much it costs. And if you're not into sports, then how many games are you going to use that for? You know? Like, I'm not really a sports person, so the only games in that list that, you know, interest me with Battlefield 5 and Anthem. So how much is it going to be for essentially those 2 games, plus my base EA or Origin Access subscription? I don't know. They never said what you needed to pay. They're probably going to save that for later, but I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because it's sort of like Game Pass, how, you know, Microsoft puts their new games on there too. So is that going to be $10 a month?
Hey everybody!
It's supposed to
What's up? So I'm
5
here
or
sitting inside the crowd
whatever.
at EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that Madden on PC, right? Yeah! So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys!
New Star Wars game?
I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo!
Ooh.
So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
All right, I'm intrigued, but
So Vince, you gotta.
I want details.
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Duh.
Okay. All right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Spooky.
Bad time. Does that mean it's gonna just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
I hope so.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Sorry to dash any hopes.
No.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Vince.
All right, well, glad to hear we're getting a non-first-person shooter Star Wars game.
A little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dennis.
Not that I don't like first-person shooter Star Wars games. It's good to have some variety, you know? Also, Dennis, if you're in the Battlefront community, you know him.
I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved.
With one map.
Starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And
unless they're announcing more.
Thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends.
Thank you.
We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts.
Conquest, nice.
Attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Sweet, so not just Geonosis? Like I was afraid of?
It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront.
Cool.
Let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous.
Heavily rumored.
He will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jeez, about time.
Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku.
Yes.
As well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
Sweet. I was afraid they weren't going to add those two. That they were just going to skip over Dooku and Anakin.
I'm extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
All right, cool. Well, hopefully there's a lot of balancing changes in that as well, which there and probably will. But if it's that compared with combined with a bunch of balancing changes, I think it could be, you know, a pretty good game. I'm sort of like, oh, this. I just realized this is like that yarn game, or whatever. I didn't play the first one, so I'm sorry if I don't recognize it, but if I didn't recognize it at first, but. Unravel 2. Unravel, that was it. That's the name. I wonder, isn't the first game part of EA Access or Origin Access?
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest,
press F to pay
you
respects.
find hope, and you form a new bond.
Co-op game?
Your spark is rekindled, and it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2.
Cool. I mean, it's a great looking game. I need to try out the first one though.
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or
okay,
you can
good.
play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure.
I don't like games that force co-op, like
it's both friendlier
a way
and
out.
more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor.
I just want to play games when I want to play games.
So I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage.
Not whenever someone else is able to play with me, you know? Anyway.
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
Okay. Oh. Dev mode.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can
Hacks.
essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game. And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments, places that were like fun and exciting.
This looks really good. Loving the
then
graphics.
When you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters. Because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this point.
Yeah, come join me. So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be blue.
You can jump in at any time, nice.
Celebratory flip there. And the bird is back. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get this game. But I think the first one is part of Origin Access, so I'll probably try that out sometime. Hopefully.
There you go. Can I swing now? Okay, you go ahead.
That angry turkey, though.
Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can do it. Got it? Oh, very nice. Oh, faster. Oh, sweet, well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. I'll sneak up here. Okay, your turn. Yeah, look at me. There you go. Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
I do like the puzzle solving.
All right. I'll pull you up. There you go. Now we can breathe again. Yeah, finally. Or can we? So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2.
Yeah, good thing the turkey couldn't jump down there, right? Seriously, it looks good.
Yeah, I really hope you like it. And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Cool. Seriously though, this looks like a cool game. I still haven't tried out the first one, but I probably should. Hey Supreme, welcome to the stream over on Mixer. How's it going? I might stream, well, I might not, not stream. I'll stream on all the platforms, but I might check out the Microsoft conference on Mixer, since that's sort of their whole site and stuff. What, Verdi? This does look like a very beautiful game. I think 2D games especially can be really graphically intensive, since it's, not 3D, obviously.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game.
Oh, you just like that word?
These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep, you heard that right. You'll be able to take these two yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
Cool. What was that guy that said, oh my god?
Thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at Coldwood. Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out.
Oh yeah, I remember him from the Game Awards.
And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well.
Yep.
Anyhow,
I think we all remember him.
That game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was.
Everyone's quoting him over there.
It's a powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
All right, Sea of Solitude.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited. Thank you. We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept seems to just float out of me right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and family see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who want to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all.
Interesting.
Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
It sounds really interesting.
Real?
This world that I live in is empty and cold.
I'm sorry if I'm not really commentating too much.
And tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now, I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new.
This seems a lot darker than she let it on to be. Or maybe I just had a lighter image in my head. Interesting, very interesting. I'm not really sure what the gameplay is. Is it? I'm guessing it's just like a platformer or what? But it sounds very interesting. Art style looks good too. So is this like NBA 19? I don't know. Do all the sports games have like yearly releases? I don't know if it's all of them or just like FIFA.
Just remember though, wherever you call home, whatever your fit, or however you ball.
Like the look of the new Gmail Sackboy? Yeah, it's nice. Made the delete button a little bit too small in my opinion, but other than that, it looks nice. Yep, NBA 19.
My name's Shay Kivlin, aka Young Kiv. I'm from Seattle, Washington. The only goal of mine is really to win the Madden belt.
Kiv's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this.
Again, sorry if I'm not really into these sports games, but just not my thing.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
Soccer now? Oh, football.
Read, and Trini's got the lead, 40-19.
I hate losing way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have a credible.
Yeah, I forgot they made like an esports out of all these actual sports games.
Again on TV. Madden 18 champion. He's finally done it.
How you doing?
Well, hopefully this isn't too much. Honestly, if you're watching this later on video, you might as well skip ahead a few minutes.
Hi everybody, I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kiv, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up.
Cringe.
Young Kiv, give it up.
When's that Battlefield 5 gameplay? Come on.
How has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm, so then I picked up Madden. And at first, I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball. That's #1. #2, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome. Okay, now the past two...
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, you know, bling on that belt for you. Well, today, EA Play, you know, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to board you guys. We're going to go out. I'm going to try to take this belt, you know, round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
Okay.
You've worked your whole life to get to moments like these. To the very top of the mountain.
Again, I just got like NBA 18 as like with my Xbox, so
All just to get to this
I really want to try that out sometime.
told. Legends are born.
Again, I don't know if I'll stream that or not, but we'll see.
You fall so you can rise. And you rise so that you can truly see. See that it was really never about reaching the end of the road at all. But about all the moments that got you here.
Oh yeah, I forgot there were rumors of Skate 4. I guess we'll find out soon, won't we? If that's true or not.
You were in their position. Would you let the moment define you? Or would you define the moment?
I mean, it's standard, a standard, like, you know, sports game trailer.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathaniel.
Looks nice.
Shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live, winner-take-all, head-to-head match.
Yay, mobile games.
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a sports game, like a mobile sports game. Still, though.
In the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile. Takes 2 missiles to...
Kind of reminds me of that mobile Total War game with the tiles and stuff.
Well, enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today. Fighting for the blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is.
They're really going to do a whole thing on this.
In control.
Yes.
I accidentally touched my volume.
His opponent, fighting for the red side of the room, a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
That lack of applause, though.
Now, Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
You got a new Steam game called Car Mechanic.
All right. Are the players
Oh yeah, I would imagine that's pretty cheap. Sounds like it's old.
I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, let's kick this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there. It's a good genre. I'm very excited for this. The players are loading in, and we are ready to...
Yeah, its genre is good, I guess.
As the players' bases have been deployed and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a harvester to start things off. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy.
I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who will be interested in this. I don't really play mobile games though. I usually have like at home with my console and my Xbox and my PC, or I got my Switch somewhere.
Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
Yeah, going for the anti-infantry. And like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact.
Yep, agreeing with Chad over there.
Protecting that economy as well.
Yep, Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
And in control placing the turret on the top right side to help cover that Rhino as attack bikes move towards the northwest position. We can see that the missile is beginning to ready and firing that. That takes out half your base. The most important objective on the map is to hold those control zones.
Right, and in control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
Yeah, he's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as that economy ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger, more powerful units come out. We have there the drill pod.
I mean, yeah, it's a mobile strategy game.
Some flamethrowers, right, absolutely. Again, those are going to tear through those infantry.
Yeah, and In Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be used to try and help push back these smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile passing halfway now. Both two zones in control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point towards in control.
Yeah, it's just a mobile strategy game. I'm not really, like, I'm not, am I supposed to be impressed or something by this?
He does contest the missile, putting it into the yellow position.
Yeah, very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units is another.
I mean, if you don't have a Switch or something, then maybe it'll be a good thing to play casually, but like when you're stuck in a waiting room or something. Still, is this really something you spend time at E3 talking about? Come on, EA.
Wow. And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In control is very heavy artillery forces doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
And we can see as more of Nick and Knight's forces move up towards that north position, those harvesters, of course, very crucial, very important to protect those, as your economy allows you to get these big late game units. The units are going to come out a bit more slowly as you get more of them on the field. But in control, it's just spreading his forces out, trying to hold this advantage.
Yeah, seriously, nice stream, EA. How many people are watching? 158,000 people watching a mobile game.
And we see in control now moving his tank towards
another drill pod we're seeing with some flame tanks.
Yeah, bring in the flank. Of course, those flame guys do amazing damage to the infantry, help to clean that out. Meanwhile, 2 more tanks coming out from Nick at Night.
It's like you get 158,000 people watching, you're showing them a mobile game.
Going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is.
Sure, some of them might like it, but I mean, you wouldn't rather show like the rumored Skate 4 or Battlefield 5, you know?
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones in control for Nick and Knight, looking to set things back the other way. In control, trying
Nick at Night. It wasn't that like a thing on Nickelodeon, by the way?
all of them together, create a good
like what they called their late night shows.
The first mech unit from In Control. This is the Wolverine. Gonna rip, and this is watch out for this missile.
And Nick and
there
Knight's
it goes.
Fire that one off and settle for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
We'll have control. The Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try and deal with these forces. But Nick at Knight's done a great job of getting map presence and now also harassing the economy of
there
In Control.
He is. Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the
Wow, so shocking.
If In Control can get this in position, he's going to do some serious damage.
That missile just past halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit to deal with those.
A lot going on here.
It's got a lot of range.
Again, if you're watching this like later on video, and you're probably best just skipping ahead.
Where's it going to go?
I honestly envy you if you can. Yay! Blue team wins.
That was epic. Amazing. What a match. Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick at Night, and In Control.
Every time he says Nick at Night, I think of the Nick at Night thing on TV.
Was the worldwide reveal of Command and Conquer Rivals.
Okay.
Rivals reimagines the real-time strategy experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick,
I mean, other than the potential co-op and missile, mechanic, I don't really see it as much different than that Total War mobile game.
Players can play the pre-alpha today.
I forget what that Total War game is called, but the Total War team made like a strategy game like for that coincided with like Total War Shogun 2. And it was sort of like a mobile game like that, but there were no missiles, and everything was like ancient Japan themed. Again, I forget what it was called, but I don't think that really did anything too substantial. Oh, and this is a trailer. But yeah, just like a modern futuristic version of that game, honestly. Plus the missile mechanics, which don't make sense. Like, who leaves a missile in the middle of the battlefield? Anyway, nothing revolutionary there. Was it? I don't know. It's the commercial reminds me of Mobile Strike, with those Arnold Schwarzenegger TV ads. I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to that too. I've never played it, but just reminds me of it.
Command and Conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic Anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams and what I can say about us is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so,
E4 is either now or never, I guess.
You're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice, is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly, that no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play.
Unless you're Battlefront 2 on launch.
So much of your life
Hey, thanks for following
Logicals. You feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love
monetization
games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world.
In other words, what EA does so that people can't say they're completely evil.
Are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization.
I mean, it's like when Sam's Club here in the States pays like a giant check on the wall that says, we donated $5,000 to this local charity. It's like, ooh.
Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
Weren't they going to do like a big like Battlefield multiplayer gameplay, or did they just like, or was what the short thing they showed us considered that?
Creating.
Oh well.
Altering. Destroying. The Anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming.
Maybe that was like after, I don't know.
These walls can't protect us forever.
Yeah, like I said, you know, like I said last year, Anthem looks amazing. I want to see like more gameplay though.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
Really does remind me of Destiny and the style. I like the sort of remix of the song though. Okay, it looks good. I want to see more though. I want to hear details. Gameplay details. Yeah, seizure warning, geesh.
How cool was that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem.
Oh,
I'm gonna bring
okay.
on some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Rutzard.
Yeah, no gameplay? Well, they might do gameplay in a second. If they're doing the deep dive. I was expecting more for Battlefield 5, though.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right? Yep.
Lots
It's going to be very exciting. So, Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now, we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to it. And, you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio. And that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with story sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now, you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous, and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single-player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single-player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when, from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm
DLC.
certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of...
I mean, honestly, this just seems like a bunch of fluff. I mean,
is that we're creating
a nice, dynamic, beautiful world is great and all, but I still want to hear more about the gameplay.
The premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation, and the chaos of those things pushing against each other.
I do like how you're flying around, though.
Constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and yeah, it's a really great concept to write for, because
it just feels like this whole thing could have been done like after the conference rather than a part of it. Like, tell us about the game. Like, an interview with the devs is great and all, but that should be like a supplement, like, an additional thing you do if you're interested, especially interested in the game.
Sound like they're going to come together.
And you already know what the game's about.
There's obviously a lot going on. It really
or rather, what the gameplay is going to be like, I mean.
So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
All right, there you go.
A freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the Anthem of Creation, and so
Dominion. I'm sure that's an original name for enemies.
And protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally, the Storm.
Yeah, so
Storm looks cool.
Gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we built the suits to look like they're built from the materials.
Genji.
So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to...
They're just talking a bunch about
things, really designed for
Anthem now, 30.
One-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
What I'm still waiting for is it really just like go back to a base, get a mission, go out and kill something, or retrieve something, come back, get another mission? Or is there going to be more dynamic than that, you know?
We're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send...
Dynamic weather's great, but we need dynamic, missions and stuff.
As a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself. We want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going
by which I mean there's a bunch of different skins that you can put on. Not that customizable, I guess.
I'm glad you brought that up, because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So
okay.
No ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is...
Again, same thing with, you know, Battlefront, or not Battlefront, Battlefield 5. Is that really all it's going to be, or is it going to be something else at launch?
Content for a long period of time. New story, new...
Is there something they're not telling us? Who knows?
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about, you know, the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So, you know, I think here we're going to see the Colossus, you know, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. If we can.
So what if you and all your friends want to be the same class?
Artillery, being really strong, you know, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
And do you get to go around with randoms? Like in a random team if you don't have like 4 friends to run around with?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that, that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now, going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to
All right,
know.
well, that's good to hear.
Solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay? Yeah?
Okay, great. Let's do it.
So, Kathleen, I think you're going to set
Should have done that before the developer interview.
You and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
All right, let's see it.
Freelancer, time to get to work. Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Facial animations look amazing, by the way. I think I said that last year. But it bears repeating. Good old stream compression. I'm sure it looks a lot better in-game.
Owen, what's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Yeah, I noticed the FPS drop too.
Checking out the scar camp some more.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
Hopefully it's just like a stream thing. And not an in-game footage or whatever. Again, really like the whole flying around stuff. Okay. I'm pretty sure that shield didn't protect him from the side, but it's a game, so whatever.
There's a shaker relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
Nice ground punch there.
Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast.
I'm liking the combat and the gunplay, especially combined with, you know, the jetpacks and everything.
It's got silence. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
Yeah, this does look fun. I'm just, you know, curious about... Right now, I'm just curious about the missions. Like, what variety of missions are we going to have? Or is it going to be one of those things where it's all the same? Minus, like, the story missions like this, I guess. Alright, well that looked good. I'm not gonna lie.
How cool was that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Yep, and that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019. On Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets.
I don't think anyone was really expecting this to be on the Switch.
I know you guys have that awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
Unless they pull a Resident Evil Cloud Edition.
I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny
Which people should try out.
In Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest.
Not really.
So, I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside
Nah,
and check out the game.
I'm not staying for that.
Thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Yeah. I'm going to keep this going, but okay, that was a decent conference. Nothing jaw-dropping in my opinion. I think the most shocking part was when they announced Battle Royale for Battlefield 5. I mean, that's just taking shots at Call of Duty right there. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But yeah, Battlefront 2, I was hoping to see like a little bit more, maybe at least confirm like another season. But I don't know. I guess you could say they kind of did. I don't know if Grievous and Obi-Wan will be in a separate season from Anakin and Dooku. Honestly, Anakin and Obi-Wan should have been in the game to begin with. But yeah. Okay, we're moving on to FIFA here. Anyway, Yeah, I think that was a good stream, a good presentation. Yeah, nothing too jaw-dropping. Hopefully we'll get some more shocking announcements at Microsoft's tomorrow. I will be streaming that. It's going to be a little tough for me, though, because, like I was saying earlier, my house is on the market right now, and we're trying to sell it, so we actually scheduled a open house for tomorrow, like, way in advance, and the open house ends like the exact moment that the Microsoft press conference starts. So I have a plan of being able to stream all that live, but I'm going to need to try and get home early for that. But I'll definitely stream my reactions to that, whether it's live or not. I'll definitely do live if I'm able, but we'll see. Anyway, good press conference. Again, didn't really care for the sports stuff, but I do need to try out NFL 18 on my Xbox. So, other than we talked about Battlefront, I wanted to see more of Battlefield 5. I did think that was a shocking moment though when they revealed Battle Royale, so that was cool. What else did I say? Anthem looks cool. I think they sort of put a lot of fluff in there with the developer interview. I think that could have honestly been left to after the conference. Like, they could be doing that now instead of the FIFA thing. So, but it looks cool. I'm still curious to see if like they really are just going to do like tame back on the microtransactions, and it's just going to be you buy like a cosmetic item and that's it, or if they're going to try to do something else. Same thing for Battlefield 5. Again, after the whole Battlefront 2 loot box fiasco, I don't think you can really blame anyone for waiting for reviews, but that's probably what I'm going to do for all those games. As far as Battlefront 2 is concerned, hopefully we get more. We did get more than just Geonosis and, Dooku and Obi-Wan. But I was sort of hoping to at least confirm a few more seasons, so we'll see how that goes. And what I'm hoping for is hopefully they'll balance the game more too. So, yeah, I guess that's really it. Unravel 2 looked good. I still need to try that out, so we'll see if I can find a time to play the first one, since I got Origin access. Yeah. I really think that's it. Nothing really much else to say, except it was a decent press conference and nothing jaw-dropping. So, yeah. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Microsoft press conference. So, yeah, I'd like to thank you all for coming by and watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, or if you're watching this later, if you enjoyed the video, then hit that like button, subscribe for more reactions to E3. I will be reacting to all the major press conferences. So after this, I'll be reacting to Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and Bethesda's conferences. So, and Ubisoft. I almost forgot about Ubisoft. I'll be doing that too. So if you want to see more reactions like this, then be sure to stick around for that. If you're watching over on Twitch or Mixer, then hit that follow button instead. But yeah. Nothing really much else to say, except thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Microsoft's press conference. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.